Hi guys, it is me Ariel from That's on the World, and today's blog, I'm going to show you projects that are done by painting projects, and we're all different from each other, but we're all done by painting, and we all represent nature, but in different ways. So the first one is actually free of them. It's actually three different projects, but I decided to combine them together because they all have the same goal. So as you can see, they're all complementary colors, and it's intentional because they're all intentionally that way because my art teacher, the same as the other projects that I showed in the previous video, she wanted us to actually do mountains and grass, just like that, horizons, like that, and the complementary colors and the colors like that we choose. We could choose to pink green or green pink. I decided to make green pink to make it more realistic. Over here, we could do orange blue, but I did orange blue, but I did orange blue. So instead of doing orange blue, I did blue orange. Over here we could do purple yellow, but I did yellow purple. The colors that I thought that it will realistically go together to kind of make look like a realistically done nature thing. And they're all pretty good because we had to make different types of mountains on each tree. Over here I did mountains like that, that you could see from afar. You could see them from afar. Over here we could see them from afar, but we had to make three of them. I did one over here that is dark, one that is a little bit less dark, and over here very, very bright. So that's what we tried to do, and you had to actually make a shadows over here, but you could see the shadows forming, and that's what he wanted us to do. Over here we actually had to try making different types of oranges so that I can make a pretty good color palette oranges all together, so we could see all the complementary colors forming together. Over here is the same as this one, but instead of three is actually two, and we're done in a more classic way of doing mountains. One is darker, one is lighter. The sky being more yellow. Over here it's more the grass, but done just like this one. We had to make different types of purple so that we could see all the complementary colors mixing together, and you know now which ones are complementary colors together. And it's the same with this one. You kind of see all now. It's all clear. It kind of helps to understand the complementary colors, those three projects, which is kind of cool. And since then, I really like to draw mountains, as you can see. I'm a natural lady. I actually very love to draw things that are around nature. It's just my element. Nature is my element. I really like to draw them. And it's just so good to draw nature because we're all surrounded by nature, and I think it's great to experience it in drawings like that. And these can make pretty good inspiration ideas for other projects in the future too. If I will retouch all of these, I'll make them even more realistic. And over here with the oranges, I'll try to edit a little bit here, modify this area if I were to retouch it, to correct it. Over here, I'll try to make more straight lines over here and trying to make the colors more opaque. And over here, if I had to retouch it, I'll retouch this part because there are some pink areas. I'll actually mix a different green. I'll retouch all this part over here so that we could not see the pink part over here anymore. and I'll make the lines more straight, and I'll make them more realistic. So, but they're all beautiful. It's just that if I had to retouch them to correct some mistakes, it will make them look even more beautiful. So, and this is one of my favorite projects that I did when I started high school. But it's in 2023, so when 1 year after I started school, I actually did all of three together, and it's very great, very very great. It's one of my favorites because of that, because of the nature elements, the colors together, with all my types, and as well blue. There's just some blue in my projects. I really like to add blue for some reason. I really like this color, and pink as well. Pink and blue are the colors that I use often in my drawing, as you can see. So those two are my favorite colors. That's why. So all of that said, let's get into showing the other painting project that I did. This one is partly a art school project and partly a normal art project, because I did this in my art class to pass time, because I actually finished a project. So in free time, I could do this project. This one is one of my favorites too, because I really did good this one. I took my time to do it, and it's really good. I did the water, also, it's part realistic and part stylish, because over here, I should have put some green over here to make it more realistic, but I decided to make a gray part. And if you don't already know, what I tried to do is a volcano. I'm trying to make a volcano with all the smoke coming out of the volcano. I'm trying to make the clouds on the sky. It kind of worked, but you see really well the clouds. You really see well the sky. If I were to retouch the project, it will be the green, this part over here, to make it more green, to make it more realistic. A little bit of water, so it can look more like water and less plain. On the sky, I'll put more blue, so that you can see more of the sky, and make the clouds a little bit less transparent. I'll try to make them more transparent, like I'll touch it with dark blue, and then with a little bit lighter than dark blue, or the clouds, a little bit lighter than lighter dark blue, to make the clouds look more realistic. Even the volcano, I'll touch it more so that it could look more like a volcano with some rocks and probably a bit more shadowing and lightning. If I were to retouch this thing. But I did it very, very, very well. I critic too much this one because it's very beautiful, and we don't have all the elements perfectly. It's all beautiful. Also, something not retouched, the sides. I didn't do the sides. One day I could possibly add black over here like that to make it look like a frame, or do it with dark blue, or do it with pink. Dark blue, pink, or black. Whatever I choose. But I think, or a mixture of black and pink. I'll think of it. Because without the sides painted, it looks plain. It looks plain. So with a dark pink sides, it will be great. But yeah. And also, if I wanted to, I could transform this project into a Halloween project. If you want to see a video about how to transform this into the Halloween project, because I'll do it, I have an idea and I'll do it, leave me a comment and I'll do a video about it. But if you don't have any comments, I'll probably do it anyway because it's very cool. And if I do a Halloween version with that, if I retouch it to make it more scary, more disgusting, and more like a Halloween project with paint, you can tell me in the comments. Because if I retouch it, it will be more beautiful. So, yeah. And if I don't want to retouch it to make a Halloween project with it, I could use another Canva and redo this project, but more for Halloween. I could do that too if I don't want to retouch it to make it look Halloween, because it's very good as it is. I just want to retouch it to retouch some mistakes and make it look even more beautiful than before, and do the sides. So yeah, and now let's get into the other paint project. Surprise, surprise! It is another mountain drawing. I really like to do mountains. But this time, as you can see, it's a little bit less realistic. Well, it's because it's another technique. Well, it is realistic, but with another technique of doing paint, which is with a spatula. You can do paint with a spatula to actually make more realistic things, more textures. As you can see, those are textures. When I touch it, there are different textures, and it makes it look even more beautiful. I did a sky, and as you can see over here, it's a mistake. So it's a little bit more green. But if I were to retouch it, it will be that part. Make it more blue. On the water over here, if I were to retouch it, I'll add more blue, a little bit more blue, and make the green part over here even more transparent, so that you can see like it's water like in real life. The mountain over here, I did some lining with some very light gray. I did some very dark gray shadowing. With the green part with the grass, I did a layer of very light green paint. Then I did a little bit dark green paint, and at the end, some very dark green paint. Over here, it's a little bit of white for some reason. If I were to retouch it, I'll actually add more blue and more green to that part, so it looks less white for some reason. But I really like it. I really do like it. It's very great, and it's too and this one is another project that I did with the same art teacher from the previous video and this video. So yeah, it is very great. I really did it good, but if I were to retouch it, I'll retouch those parts over here with some dark green paint and do more the water more transparent with more blue here, and try to retouch it so they can look more transparent and more water-like. And the sky, I'll add more clouds, and I'll retouch this part so it could look more blue-white over here. So yeah, is how it looks like. And if you see really from up close, you really see what I did on this thing. It's more of a spatula movements, and you see what it does, like textures and effects, and it really looks good from a very up close. So anyways, all of that said, let's already get into the outro. Wow, very fast this video. So we're already at the outro. As you can see, those are all my paint projects that I showed today. All the things that I see that are very in common is that it's surrounding nature, and they're all different techniques of doing paintings. When I actually pick them up, I didn't think of that, but when I look at them now, I actually see the common things they have. And also, one common color that I actually see from all of them is the color blue. Pretty much the color blue. And the second one, the color green. And the other one, the color gray. You can see a little bit gray over here. So that's why I actually say more like the three common colors from these three are gray, green, and blue. But yeah, and I actually said all of if I were to touch them, I'll do some things to fix those for mistakes. But even without we touch them, they're all beautiful in their own ways. So it doesn't matter for me. But if I were to retouch them, it would be good. It would be like a remake of those drawings. It will be like a retouch, and it will look even more beautiful than before. And it will kind of test my skills at art too. So that's a very great thing too, to test my skills and in the summer. But and I'll post them all on Pinterest too. All of the projects that I actually show in those blogs will be on Pinterest, even the ones that I won't show, because now number one reason for replicates of one, or it's because I don't want to show them because I don't want to make tons of blogs. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna show them in the future. It's just I'm not gonna do lots of blogs about them in the summer. But I could do blogs about the projects I don't show in the summer in the future. That will depend what I want to do in the future. So all of that said, if you like this video, smash the like button. Comment down below about what you think of those three paintings, which ones are your favorite, and if you want to critique all of them, do it in a great way, please. You could say that you don't like one of them, but say it in a good critical way. Share this video with anyone you want them to know about this video, or want to get inspired by my drawings. Well, more paintings, but you know. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let's Hum the World, for more content with the heat of creativity or more content for the future. And also subscribe to my second channel, Let's Hum Positivity, where I do random content here, and I also do the heat of creativity project at the same time. So subscribe to that channel. And all of that said, see you all to the next vlog. Bye guys!